Hello, hi, welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're here. Yes, I would like to do that. Stream time, it is the stream time. Oh, nope, we're not playing Sudoku. I do want to see what it looks like, Johanna. Stitch! Waiting for the chat. Oh. Aloha? Oh, nope, we're not playing Sudoku. I do want to see what it looks like, Johanna. Stitch! Beep. But da da da. And stream time. Aloha. Hello. Welcome. Apparently I cannot see the chat. And stream time. Aloha, Anthony. What's up? What's up? How's it doing? How's it doing, honey? How's it doing? How's it doing? Aloha. Let me pull up the. Let me add the source. Window capture. Where's that? Right here. We're going to add the source. YouTube. Yes. Let me put that at the bottom. Boom. Everything at the bottom. Let me fix it so that it's not. Sometime. Da, 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 da. Sometime. Aloha. We're gonna react to some YouTube videos today. We're gonna chill, have a good time. Hopefully these work. We might do guess the Disney song or like something like that. Maybe we go back to Darman. Um Actually, let me see. Will work better if I do this. Yeah. So much better. Sun my videos? I have not actually. Also going to dismiss this TikTok For You page would also be a fun place to explore if you can. Home For You. That's funny. Ah, I see. Okay, so I'll make the window a little bigger so we can see. Y'all don't see what website I'm going to. See, in dark mode TikTok. Roller coasters, I could do that. I got it. I know what we're doing. Let me turn this down. This is loud. Hopefully it's not loud on your end. Mm. Filthy video. Alright, we can do... Can I get the search bar, maybe? YouTube. Let me make this a little bigger. Are you serious? This needs to get out of here. TubeBuddy kinda is taking up all this space. Yes. Defunct Land roller coasters. Not what I was looking for. No. Can't see the chat? There's stuff going on in the chat. Dude, you gotta be kidding me. Darman, of course. Hold on. Defunct Land Stitch. We've already watched that one. Whoa. What is this one? It's a long one, but it would be the entire stream. I'm gonna save that for another stream. I don't got 2 hours. You can't see like the chat on the bottom right. I might have to fix that. This one I can do. The history of Dragon Tales. I like Dragon Tales. Who remembers Dragon Tales? Congratulations on 18. Hope you enjoy it, Orhana. Maybe. Dragon Tales is a good one. Zaboomafoo we watched. We watched the Nickelodeon Hotel, which I really like that one. I don't know. Have we watched the Green Lantern one? Yes, no, maybe so. Have you watched Green Lantern? Incredicoaster at Disneyland. What was that one? Was that up here? We'll do a Disney Fast Pass. About to react to the Garfield Dark Ride. Oh, shoot. Yeah, I will get to it. I just don't know how. So, like, I have to figure out how. Yeah, we're not doing that. I think we can do... Oh, what was that one? Have we... I don't think we've done that Disney Quest one. Like, I think I've seen it before. Or Failure of Hong Kong Disneyland. When was this? But I will set it up. Alright, yeah, we gotta do something. I'm gonna do the failure of our Disney Quest. Even if we've done it before.
On September 28th, 1995, the video game developer...
Alright, Stitch, count it down. 3, 2, 1.
Developer Sega announced plans for a new ambitious project. Their goal was to create location-based
You got good video? Nice.
a hybrid of amusement parks
Congrats,
and arcades,
Hannah.
and place them throughout the United States. The concept was simple enough. Instead of putting arcades into malls, they wanted to put malls into arcades. In order to do this, they would create state-of-the-art games and attractions, and insert them into complexes complete with small shops and food courts. Sega had tested the idea in Japan in the mid-80s and reactions had been positive. The industry seemed promising in the United States as well, with chains such as Dave & Buster's finding success with a similar concept. Sega had the resources to physically build the indoor amusement centers, but it couldn't hurt to partner with a company that could drive the project creatively. They would find a partner in a familiar entertainment company that starts with a D. That's right, DreamWorks. Sega and DreamWorks announced a partnership to create a chain of indoor amusement centers named GameWorks. with filmmaker Steven Spielberg providing significant creative input. GameWorks would grow over the next 2 decades, opening over 30
There you go.
locations both in the United States and around the world.
No thank
The
you.
chain sounds a lot like another venture attempted by an even larger creative force. The Walt Disney Company and its subsidiary, Disney Regional Entertainment, would develop an indoor entertainment center for families named Disney Quest
Yeah,
that would
it's the
debut in
fastest one.
1998. However, Disney Regional Entertainment was not even created until over a year after the GameWorks announcement. So did Disney copy the idea? It's certainly not the first time they've
I'm
moved
glad
with
for you,
concepts
Anthony.
under the helm of
Look.
CEO Michael Eisner. The
This is
question
called
is,
Disney
why?
Quest.
Out of all of the entertainment concepts sprouting up in the 90s, why GameWorks? Most of the locations and attractions that Eisner imitated posed a direct threat to the amount of tourists that would be visiting Disney's parks. But GameWorks wasn't stealing any business from Disney. The locations hadn't even been announced. So why expand into an emerging, volatile market and take on a company that has more experience and resources in that field? That risk does not seem to make sense from a business perspective, but it makes perfect sense if you look at it from a completely different angle. Who founded GameWorks?
I deleted the
Sega
message, don't
and
worry,
DreamWorks.
Anthony.
Who founded
You saw that though,
DreamWorks?
right?
Steven Spielberg, David Geffen, and Jeffrey Katzenberg, the former head of Walt Disney Studios that had constantly butted heads with Eisner and had been ousted from the company a year prior. Disney Regional Entertainment was in part created as an easy way to expand the Disney parks experience to smaller cities throughout the United States, but there was something bigger going on here. Eisner was spiraling, and he was taking the Walt Disney Company down with him.
How's the video? I'm gonna pause it real quick. Does the video look like it's like, or the stream look like it's lagging? Do we got a laggy stream right now? How are you doing, Alien Gamer? Doing some YouTube videos, a little bit of a switch. I'm using Streamlabs, but are we having a lag on your end? Or is it just my end? Let me play again. Hopefully it's okay. If not, if by 12:30 I don't figure it out, I'll go and switch immediately to God of War. Streamlabs, OBS. On my laptop, so like sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not, and I have to change settings and stuff like that.
Take a trip through a prehistoric jungle. Tour a house that has not yet been built. It's called virtual reality, and as Jay Shaver found out,
VR.
What it takes is a special helmet and a glove, and you're off.
Yo, VR was even in the 90s. That's how crazy that is.
It's a computer-generated world where you see and move and feel. Will real life ever be the same?
Though it had been implemented into specialized use for fields such as medicine and engineering since the 1970s, virtual reality technology wasn't seen as ready for consumers until the 1990s. One of the first commercial uses of the technology would be the insertion of virtual reality pods.
I know, like
into
Streamlabs
arcades,
is the one I
malls, and
downloaded
movie
and the one I'm
theaters.
used
These
to
had horrible
because I was
graphics,
using it for
constrained
Twitch for a
movement,
while.
high costs, and generalized filth. The system in one game could easily cost around $50,000 to purchase, and generally cost the consumer around $5 to play, which would be closer to $100,000 to
Maybe
purchase
OBS
and
will
$10
be
to
better.
play when adjusted for inflation. With the high costs involved, VR cafes began to open across the country, allowing patrons to try out the latest in VR technology. While excitement around VR remained, the boom of VR arcade games tapered off by the mid-90s. By then, the idea of VR had caught the
might do
attention
shorter
of video game
videos, like,
console
coming up.
producers, such as Sega and Nintendo, both of which attempted to create VR headsets for home use, both meeting less than ideal results. By the late 90s, the future of the medium was bleak, but GameWorks, and therefore Disney, saw potential, and virtual reality games and simulators would be the main attractions of both of the planned complexes. On June 20th, 1995, Disney announced that the Walt Disney World Resort Shopping District, the Disney Village Marketplace, would receive a major renovation.
I think I was
In
echoing because
September of
my phone is on in
1997,
the
it would be
background.
renamed to Downtown Disney. In its 20-year existence, The marketplace had already undergone a few major
Or
expansions.
downtown
The
Disney.
most notable
That's
of these was the
downtown
addition
Disney.
of Pleasure Island, an
Yes.
elaborate-themed nightclub district that debuted in 1989. This divided the complex
I
in
remember
two,
that.
with the other section being named the Marketplace. These two
Actually,
sections saw
I
their
don't.
theming slightly
But
adjusted
let's
in
just
order to
pretend
fit
I
the
did.
downtown Disney
So,
renovation. And a new area,
let's just
named
pretend
Downtown
I
Disney
remember.
West Side, opened as
Okay.
well. This new section would include a Cirque du Soleil show, a Planet Hollywood, and a
Okay.
ginormous indoor theme park.
Okay.
Disney Quest opened its doors on June 19, 1998. There was little
Nice.
build-up to its debut, and the structure was nearly finished a year prior to its opening,
However,
with Disney
Disney
refusing to
Quest
confirm
last, I
or release
remember.
any information, not even announcing its official name until a few months before.
Yes.
The public and the press were confused on what exactly would be inside of the large building when it opened, and Disney Regional Entertainment seemed the most confused of all. The subsidiary's president, Art
Wow.
Levitt, acknowledged that the team was having a difficult time describing Disney Quest. It was more than an arcade, but it wasn't really a theme park either. When questioned in the months leading up to its opening, Levitt and other executives referred to the complex as the ultimate interactive adventure, which means almost nothing if you think about it. Disney provided a few press releases and promotional material, but overall, the debut of Disney Regional Entertainment's flagship concept was surprisingly quiet. Still, in the summer of 1998, a large crowd gathered to enter Disney Quest for the first time, not sure what to expect from the new experience.
Floppy ear Stitch.
Hello, I'm Michael Eisner. I'm here in the virtual
Hi,
reality
Michael.
studio where Disney Imagineers are creating a whole new world of storytelling.
So it was basically just
Tiny
like
TV
the
screens inside this headset actually allow you to step into the world of Aladdin on a magic carpet ride.
but
It's
all the
called
blue stuff.
virtual because it's a world which
Wow,
only
looks
exists
just
inside
like
the
it.
computer. Reality because unlike film or television, you see not just what's on the screen, but what's above, around, and behind you.
Yeah,
You
no,
control when
numerous,
you return to
not
the
these
real world.
spammers,
I wonder where the
these
exit is.
fake accounts.
Oh well, welcome to the wonderful world of Disney.
Oh, wow.
The building was a huge 5-story, 100,000 square foot blue box. On the front and back of the building,
That
there
might
was a
have been
large
cool
set of
back in
Mickey
the
ears
day.
with Disney Quest in large print. The building had no windows,
So this is
adding to the
looking
mystery
soda
surrounding
pop
its
right now?
contents.
That's
Concept
funny.
art for the complex gave
What
the
kind of
building a
soda?
slightly different, more three-dimensional
Coke?
style,
Pepsi?
also incorporating a
Sprite?
proposed monorail
Dr.
track to the
Pepper?
downtown Disney
Which one?
complex. Exterior ticket booths were located to the left of the entrance. Guests would enter on the ground floor, a
Hmm.
simple yet elegant lobby. There were bronze busts of famous Disney characters placed throughout the room. The centerpiece was an artificial sky, with supercalifragilisticexpialidocious surrounding the trim of the faux window. This was the
Okay.
setup to the illusion that the elevators were actually flying you to a new land. It was a subtle and fun touch. At the end of the lobby were the turnstiles to get on the elevator. Once through, guests boarded the highly themed lifts, named the Cyberlators. These featured an en-route show, starring the genie from Aladdin. This 45-second video explains to guests that they are being transported not just to the next level, but to a new location entirely. After this, the elevator doors opened, and guests
Is it
entered Disney
lagging?
Quest. Like the classic castle parks around the world, Disney
Is the stream lagging? Should I switch to gaming? I'm not gonna try and figure out the settings. I'm gonna restart the stream and just be on God of War if it continues to lag. Let me know what to do. Just switch the stream. What's going on? Let's now in the chat, so he knows what to do. I'll keep watching until y'all let me
Quest
know.
was designed with a central hub, known as Ventureport. Upon entering the main area, guests could see a structure that appeared to be a futuristic telescope. Connected to Ventureport were 4 bridges, known as gateway branches, leading out to each themed zone. These were Replay Zone, Score Zone, Create Zone, and Explore Zone. The Replay Zone, located on floors 3, 4, and 5, featured Midway on the Moon, a classic arcade where guests could play games like Pac-Man, Air Hockey, Skee-Ball, and Tron. An attraction called Buzz Lightyear's Astro Blasters also resided in this area. This was much different than the Buzz Lightyear dark rides that can be found at Disney parks throughout the world. Disney Quest version was an attraction that combined bumper cars with dodgeball. Each vehicle contained 2 guests. One would drive the car, and the other would fire dodgeballs at the other vehicles. The next zone was Score Zone, also located on floors 3, 4, and 5. The main game in this area was the Mighty Ducks Pinball Slam. Guests would stand on platforms and lean in different directions, controlling a virtual pinball on a large screen. Another game in the Score Zone was one of Disney Quest's premier VR attractions, Ride the Comics. Guests would don large visors and hold motion-detecting sabers, swinging them violently as they fought villains in a digital superhero world. There were multiple bays, made to look like spaceships. The last attraction in the Score Zone was Invasion, an extraterrestrial alien encounter, an extension to the Magic Kingdom attraction that had opened 3 years prior. Invasion continued the world building that extraterrestrial alien encounter began. In the game's story,
VR still had
outpost
trouble
filled with
in like the
American colonists is being
2010s.
invaded by alien monsters.
I can only imagine what VR
The
was
President
like
of the United
in the
States
90s.
enlists the help of L.C. Clench, the chairman of XS Tech, played once again by Jeffrey Jones. In a pre-show video, Clench describes his new military technology, the XS 5000, that requires a pilot and multiple gunmen to
think
operate.
about how they
After
had
the pre-show, players would enter
VR
the XS 5000 and be teleported to
even
the
though it's only
planet,
like
operating 2 joysticks.
90s.
The gunmen had the ability
Love
to
Dr.
shoot
Hannah.
lasers or missiles, as well as capture colonists. The pilot
Yeah,
would
bro.
navigate the ship around and eventually back to the teleporter, and also trigger the ship to jump to get out of tough situations. The immersive experience used 3D graphics and a variety of multi-angled screens. During the 4-minute game, players would run into some familiar-looking monsters, with grotesque designs similar to those found in the Magic Kingdom attraction. The third themed zone was the Create Zone, located on the 2nd floor.
Lag
this
is
area
still there.
featured the Animation Academy,
I'm gonna give you a
an
few
interactive
minutes,
demonstration
and
similar
then we'll
to those
switch.
found at other
I'll
Disney
restart the
parks.
stream.
In that, participants were given a tutorial on how to draw Disney's animated characters. One difference was that Disney Quest version utilized digital touchscreens, while the others used paper. Due to this difference, the Disney Quest attraction was only able to accommodate 18 guests at a time. Other attractions in the Create Zone included Radio Disney Songmaker, which allowed guests to create their own original song by mixing different
if it's
styles,
gonna lag,
sounds,
I'd rather just
effects,
play
lyrics,
game
and more.
and
Sid's
not
Create
have
a
it
Toy,
lag.
a Toy Story-inspired area that let guests combine different toy parts to create a new one, and Magic Mirrors,
I'll
which
try to
allowed guests
figure
to
out
take
the
a picture of
connection
themselves
later,
and manipulate it into a
or
cartoon.
the stream
The most
issues
popular
later.
attraction in the Create Zone was Cyberspace Mountain. Cyberspace Mountain was a simulator ride in which guests could design their own roller coaster. It began with a tutorial presented by Bill Nye the Science Guy, explaining to riders how to properly construct their coaster. Cyberspace Mountain allowed guests to ride their creations in a simulator car capable of tilting, turning, and even flipping them upside down. A more advanced version of this concept would later appear in Disney Parks as the Sum of All Thrills, a 2009 addition to Innoventions in Epcot. The last zone was the Explore Zone, located on floors 1 and 2. Guests could get to the area either by the stairs or from the 3rd floor Aladdin-themed Cave of Wonders slide. However, this was closed after less than a year of operation. The Explore Zone had 3 large attractions that were technological
I've tried both
marvels for their
setting the
time.
latency
The first
down
attraction was
and
Aladdin's Magic
the
Carpet
bit
Ride.
rate,
This
but I don't know if
attraction
I've
was
set
another
it to
VR game that required a
6,000.
headset. Guests would sit on a motorcycle like
I wonder if I can do that right now. Settings. Really quick, I don't know if changing the bit rate will do anything. Stream, no. Output. Yeah, Bill Nye was great. I don't have the bit rate. Bit rate to 6,000? See, it won't let me change it right now because I'm in the stream. And if I'm going to turn off the stream, I probably will just play games. Switch those settings to 6,000, but I'm going to screenshot that. I do have the latency, low latency. But I think my bit rate is not 6,000. Yeah. But I think the bit rate might be the problem. That might be the problem. Video. That's fine. I need IBA. What's OBS? Now, can you multi-stream on OBS? Because that would be sick.
like seat, and after putting on the
Thought it was
headset,
so much
would
fun.
find themselves magically transported to Agrabah. Guests would ride on the magic carpet while attempting to release the genie, who was trapped in the Cave of Wonders.
What
The
we'll
second
do
attraction, Hercules in the
is we
Underworld,
won't be able
was
to
a
finish
3D
this
attraction
video.
that took guests on an adventure with the characters from the film. Groups of players, each with their own joystick, steered Pegasus and
Today.
the heroes in an attempt to defeat
But we'll
Hades.
go to God of
The
War.
third immersive attraction was the virtual jungle
I'll
cruise.
restart the
Guests
stream.
would board an inflatable raft, sitting on top of a large pad in front of a screen. The game started in the Jungle Cruise at the Magic Kingdom before a virtual skipper sends guests to the age of the dinosaurs. The skipper accidentally drops the device that controls the time machine, and guests paddle down the river in an attempt to grab it. The pad below reacted to the players' paddles and the flow of the water to maximize realism. A less immersive attraction in Explore Zone was Treasure of the Incas, which had guests drive toy trucks through a maze in order to win prizes. The drivers operated the vehicles on a screen, and a teammate that could see the top of the maze would yell directions at them. Disney Quest also had a few restaurants that guests could eat at. These counter-service eateries were Food Quest, the Wonderland Cafe, and the Cheesecake Factory Express, a smaller-scale Cheesecake Factory concept exclusive to Disney Quest. Once guests had explored the entire complex, they would walk down a spiral staircase and exit through the first floor gift shop. Despite the lack of marketing, Disney Quest at Downtown Disney was a success, sucking tourists and shoppers through its shiny new gates. However, Disney Regional Entertainment was not surprised or impressed by the crowds it initially drew. After all, it was located within the Walt Disney World Resort, catering to a dedicated, if not captive, market. In fact, it seems that Levitt and Disney Regional Entertainment didn't view Disney Quest Orlando as the chain's official debut. It was a mere test for the planned regional complexes, and the next Disney Quest to open would be given the fanfare one would expect from Disney.
Hi everybody, I'm Janet Davies.
And I'm Jim Rose, and welcome to one of the most incredible places in Chicago this year. It's called Disney Quest, and it's located on the corner of Ohio and Rush in Chicago, just 1 block west of Michigan Avenue.
Yeah, it's not gonna work. Alright, we can end it now. Let me get God of War going. I'm gonna restart the stream. I'll see y'all in like 30 seconds. Yeah, it's not looking good.